just go over tables and drawing boards. You may be fortunate enough to have a dedicated place for your art, but many people are working on dining room tables and kitchen counters and wherever they have the opportunity. It's both an advantage and a disadvantage, but we can work through both of them. The slanted table is nice because it helps you get a different perspective on your picture. Looking at it more perpendicular will help you to see those distortions. And this is what I intended to be able to do when I originally did not have nice drawing tables for everybody. I thought this would be a great opportunity to let them be able to view this again as straight on as possible. And I would like you to be able to use a board whether you're working on an art table or not, or any other kitchen table or whatever it happens to be, because it gives us an opportunity to be able to turn the board around and to be able to, you will see what I mean, but be able to have the advantage of seeing it in a different perspective, to be able to see how things line up. It's real important to have this separate board. This is also one of the things that you might be interested in that this clip is just one of a couple different kinds. Well, I guess there's probably more than two. But this clip is a spring-loaded clip that allows you to manage this one clip at a time. The other one you have to be able to compress both of them at the same time to get your paper in and out. There is a little slot here and a little flange that is hooked, and it fits into the slot. And this is nice in that, again, it allows you to be able to manage this when you're all by yourself instead of having to manage two clips. I'll show you what I mean on the other one. This is also a lower profile so that when you are drawing and you have to maybe put your arm across here, it isn't so annoying or it gives you a little bit of a disadvantage, because I again want you to be able to turn your board around. Let's look at the other one here. This is the other type of clip, and you'll see that it's very much like a clipboard, and yet when you're trying to do both of these you don't have an extra hand to go ahead and remove your paper. So this is one way of doing it, and other than that maybe you'll have a helper that can go ahead and give you the opportunity to do one, and they'll do the other one for you as you slip your paper in and out. I would prefer that you don't just get one and try to take this out by just turning it, because you're actually going to damage the paper, and I don't want you to come into any problems by having something that looks bad or even mars the surface for other reasons. There's one more option. This one would be if you just happen to have a board that doesn't have any clipboards on it. It could be very useful. There's a lot of people with portable art boards out there like this, and you would have to tape it on. And I want you to just be careful that when you actually tape your paper onto a board, that you pick out a tape that is going to be non-acidic and may not have quite the adhesive, the tackiness that some of the tapes do, because when you go to lift the tape off, if many of you experience, it will take off the top surface of the paper and tear it. And so there's a couple tricks as well. This one is drafting. This has a little less adhesive. It's not quite as sticky, and it is also non-acidic. You'll also be able to find ones that say acid-free. Now this one's an artist tape. It seems to be a little stickier, but it is also acid-free, and it is quite a nice tape to be able to put onto your picture. I want you to be able to, for the most part, remove your tape though as soon as you can when you're finished, so that it doesn't leach the adhesives and the acid into your paper and end up by causing a problem over time. When you're removing a tape like this, you want to start on the inside, the one closest to the center, and you want to pull away towards the outer edge. You pull that tape towards you and be very patient so that you don't get too fast and it starts tearing again the surface of your paper. So you want to just be very patient and pull it towards the outer edge, and you should be able to go ahead and do just fine if you need to remove tape. So those are the drawing surfaces. There's another table that I will show you at some point. It's very difficult to get. They don't make them anymore, and yet it is a table with great advantage. We didn't use it for our demonstrations because it's very difficult to video with that table, in that there's a certain amount of movement, and because the table actually moves and articulates, it makes it very difficult to focus. So these are some of your options for a board or a table.